the first time I saw your face when you posted those pictures in the Discord, and it was like I was like cracking up at how much you just look like that Daisy character. Okay. Oh wait, it's a stupid driver. I didn't check if it's worth a stream. Okay, I'm good. Phobos, hello. Hope you're doing well. Poison Mouse, hello, hello. Electrodynamics? What about them? No, it's just a regular math day. They're pretty cool. Where does this book do it? Using Griffiths? Oh, nice. That's the other good one that I've heard of. Yeah, like when a charge is moving, its field kind of like bunches up perpendicular to its motion. This is the electric field of a charge that's moving to the right. Yeah, I haven't read much of Griffiths. I've heard it's way more math heavy, and this one is more intuition. Green and Blue Morin? Oh, for the Blue Morin is mechanics. That's a mechanics book that I've been using. Let me find it. This one. This one is like a crash course in mechanics. It explains very little. It's mostly just exercises, and it has you derive a lot of stuff yourself. So I'm using it to like review mechanics. I've been pretty slack. Like I haven't done anything with it in a while. The green book here. There's an electric blue? Really? More in the go? I don't disagree, Hamiltonian dynamics. Where would I find this? More in books. Oh, he's written some like kids books too, which is kind of interesting. I've seen this page before. Oh, he has a special relativity book. In a book of rhymes, apparently. I don't see a different... I don't see like an electricity blue book from Morn in this page, at least. This page, yeah. The relativity one is good too? Okay. I mean, I could definitely use help with special relativity. So maybe one to think about one day. Slim is solving green monster. I don't know what green monster is. Oh, this one. Green-eyed dragons. Or maybe he's just a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I don't know. Green eyes white dragon or blue eyes white dragon, white eyes blue, something. I don't know. It's a very difficult math problem with detailed solutions. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I like that he's giving it personality. Math limericks. Hit me with a math limerick. Pythagoras wept and despaired as he added the legs and compared. Then he jumped up with glee. Though they don't add to C, it's a match if the lengths are all squared. I don't I'm already not big on poetry. This isn't helping. Hey Sage, how's it going? If a product takes hours to write and ends up a frightening sight, proceed by erasing the factors and placing an exponent up on the right. This is lame. I don't know. Limericks are the dad jokes of poetry. They kind of are. You take back what you said? Yeah, he wasn't the greatest at writing limericks, I don't think. Although I couldn't come up with a better limerick, to be fair. They're from his algebra book. Okay, last one. For products of letters, we've seen a convention that's really quite clean. Of all the notations for multiplications, the best is put nothing between. That one's better. I like that one more for some reason. No limerick is a better limerick. Not bad, man. I'm on the triangle, so I'll lose Wi-Fi. Like the Bermuda Triangle? But oh my... Oh, maybe that's like the shape of your battery. Oh my, this math makes me not miss when I was in my math class. I appreciate your dedication for real. Oh, train! Okay. No worries. Thanks for saying hi and for the kind words. Oh, I did see that mouse, yeah. There are no funny jokes about the null sign. Oh god. Math dad jokes. That's a pretty unexplored frontier. Yeah, no, so when it comes to electrodynamics, I don't know how to talk about something in particular here. I remember there's a really cool figure in this book that explains why magnetism isn't even real. It's just special relativity with electric fields. I can't find it though. Yeah, I love this book. There's a couple of parts where I don't like the explanations, but this book made me really love like E&M. And it's starting to get into physics in general. Like before I read this book, I did not like physics. I would not work on physics problems. But I got interested in trying to read this book because it uses a lot of vector calculus. Just E&M in general does. And I just wanted to see a place where vector calculus is applied. And I got kind of into the physics for its own sake too. I still also like the math part of it. Where is this figure? Is it in chapter 5? It takes up an entire page. It's easy to spot. Here it is. Morin starts with the relativity, Griffiths ends with it. Oh, yeah, at least in this book, you don't do any relativity until chapter 5 here, but it is pretty early. It's not very intense, though. You only need to know conceptually what it does. Harold Jacobs was a great author of a bunch of texts. I bought his algebra and geometry books when I left college and needed to buy math texts for reading in the content area classes. Very engaging. Ooh, I don't think I've heard of him. You're going to bed? All right. Sounds good, Mouse. Sleep well. It was a late start for me today. I'm tired, Mouse? Fair enough. Promoting unity in the chat. No more competition. Wait. Oh! No. The first is still very much alive, Jed. I just updated it so the redeem would get taken away once someone got it. Because it's kind of... when I see other people's chats, it's kind of annoying to have to like click on the first thing to see if it's taken. So I updated it so the redeem gets removed once someone gets it for that stream. Who got it for today? Central did. You don't see it, therefore it doesn't exist. That's the kind of thinking I can get behind. All right, so why does magnetism exist again? So in the lab frame, you have a wire carrying current. You can think of it as the electrons going to the right, or equivalently the positive charge is going to the left. And then we have a test charge that's positive moving to the right. So in the lab frame, both things are moving. But in the test charge frame, the test charge is staying still. And oh, in the lab frame, the ions are at rest, but the electrons are moving. Whereas in the test charge frame, the ions are moving left and the electrons are moving right. Where's the scary math plugin hardlocked? Do I like the jump scares that pop up on the screen like you had? Hey, $10. Honestly, when I downloaded Chaos Tricks, I didn't see an option for those like jump scare pop-ups. I don't really want them, but I didn't even see the option. It might be there somewhere. So wait, how do you think about the magnetic field? If the electrons are moving to the right, you would... The field curls into the page where the test charge is. And so if you do V cross B there... Wait. Yeah, you would expect a Lorentz force pointing downward from the magnetic force. In the test charge frame, the electrons presumably have a higher, or maybe they have a different charge density than the ions. I guess it's the important bit because of the Lorentz contraction, and they're going different speeds. I don't know. I kind of remember it, but I don't feel like digging into it any deeper. Because Mouse went to bed anyway, so yeah, we'll go to complex analysis. That's what I was planning to do originally. think I did one off stream. Uh, let's. I think for 2 we did A and C. Let's finish off 2. Dude, I just had the thought, like, what if I was showing the wrong window this entire time? You guys were just staring at my journal plus. I'm glad I had it on the right thing. Say real analysis is any easier. Yeah. I feel like real analysis is harder so far. This isn't easy, but real analysis is freaking... It's so touchy. Which you can't make complex analysis equally as, like, touchy, I guess, but you don't have to. So this is the real part. Okay, do I have the Cauchy-Riemann equations memorized? Is it ux equals vy and vx equals minus uy? Am I progressing as a person? Ux equals vy. Vx is minus uy. Oh, look at me go. Hey, Aditya. Everything is hard. I hard agree with that. I hard agree with it. Get it? I don't like calling anything easy. Or at least if you call something easy or hard, it's only relative to yourself. Hey, Skirtle. Hope we're doing well. So that's going to be equal to vy. And so if we want v, we integrate this thing in y. 2c minus y dy. 2cy minus y squared plus some function of x. And then minus uy is positive 2x. Yeah, okay. I didn't fuck that up. So that's equal to vx. So then v is also equal to 2x dx to x squared plus some function of y. So that means overall, I assume this has some type of significance if they're saying that c is some constant. I kind of wonder what that is, but I don't know. X squared plus 2cy minus y squared plus some other constant d. Oh, we still have to find the analytic function of z. So f as xy is 2x c minus y plus I x squared plus 2cy minus y squared plus d. And we need to figure out what this is in terms of z. Projectile question. Ooh. I know I'll be able to do this one at first glance. So wait, are you asking this for fun, or is it, do you actually need help with this? We don't take gravity. Okay, that's really weird. Why would they say it's a projectile then? So I know how to integrate. Unable to get on the part of integrate. Okay. So we probably need to set up a differential equation here, right? Hey, better. Well, I guess they're kind of... This is our differential equation, I guess. M dv dt is equal to minus cv. I mean, we can just think about the magnitude here. Am I missing something, or is this just the differential equation that we're going to solve here? How I use this equation with a counterexample? So I just literally took the equation they wrote up here and I said f equals ma. I'm going to drop the vectors for now. And then a is the derivative of velocity. I don't know if we're supposed to add in something though. Like I feel like I'm at the risk of missing something here. Hey Slim, hope you're doing well. Add gravity for the banter. So we're specifically not supposed to include gravity here for some reason. Yeah, I mean, it's a projectile. I guess the only force on it is just the viscous medium, whatever drag that's providing. Yeah, so I had speech therapy right at my normal start time. Lulu, it depends how hard the random math question is. My preference is homework related stuff. If it's a quick for fun one though, we can like talk about it. Yeah, I don't think there's any other forces acting on this, so I think we can safely just solve this differential equation. I should make a disclaimer, I've never done a problem exactly like this before, so I might be messing something up here. But this does give us an exponential solution, and they do tell us to take e equal to a certain thing. So our answer will involve e here, that's a good sign. I guess how I would do this is I would divide v to the left side and divide m to the right side. Artin approximation theorem. It's a linear algebra thing? I don't think I've heard of Artin approximation. So let me look this up quickly and then I'll get back to the problem at hand. Is there a simple explanation? I think this is something that's going to be beyond me. I'm sorry, Lulu. All right, so I'm seeing a lot of scary words that go along with this that I don't know. Yeah, thanks for trying with me. We can integrate each side of this with respect to t. So we're going to get ln v equals minus c over m t plus some constant, and c is taken, which is annoying. I'm going to say capital D, I guess. And then we want to get v, so let's do e to the power of each side. So v is equal to e to the minus c over mt plus d. But e to the d is just another constant, and I'm going to call that new constant also capital D, because that's just what we tend to do in differential equations. Do these units check out? C is kilogram per second, m is kilograms, and so we have inverse second times second, so it's unitless, and that's a good thing. Yeah, that's what it seemed like, Slim. Okay, and so that's our kind of general solution to this. As Hamiltonian dynamics is saying, we can get the initial velocity here, or we can figure out what d is here from the initial velocity, because this thing here tells us that v of 0 is 270. We have to make sure the units match up, but they look like they do. They are slightly tricking us, where they give us 200 grams in 0.1 kilograms. So we're gonna have to take care of that. That's okay. Starting from equations. Yeah, so how these problems pretty much always go, or you can pretty much always think of them as set up your differential equation. And I think for physics, you pretty much can always start from f equals ma. And then you solve that differential equation any way you know how. This one is simple enough that it's separable, and we can just integrate each side. Harris, I'm just a tutor, however you want to classify that. Yeah, and so we'll have to break it up into components in a second here. I think we can do that at the end, though. Because they give us the total initial velocity is 270, and so I think we can do that first. So v of 0 is equal to 270 is equal to d times e to the minus c over m times 0. E to the 0 is just 1, so d equals 270. So our differential equation, that it's just the magnitude of speed right now, is 270 e to the minus c over mt. And we can break it up into components, as you were saying, by using trig. So it'll be this thing times cosine of 60, which is 1/2. 270 divided by 2, 135. And then this component will be sine of 60 times that. So sine of 60 is root 3 over 2. So it'll be 135 root 3 e to the minus c over mt. Oh, did I screw this up, Hamiltonian dynamics? Should I have split it up? was hoping that we could just do that part at the very end. If they were coupled, we might have gotten into trouble. Okay. Slow cardigan with elbow patches, and now I do math on Twitch. It's all a prank that went too far. In this case, it works out. Okay. Viscous force would make y and x direction velocity both lesser and lesser. We are taught the x direction. Yeah, so normally, Aditya, for just a regular projectile flying through the air, well, when you first start solving these physics problems, you don't care about air resistance. And so there's nothing slowing down the projectile in the x direction. But here we have a viscous medium. The medium doesn't care what direction the thing is traveling. It's just going to slow it down and try to make it stop. I'm trying to think of like a physical situation where this like comes up a lot. I can't think of a common example of this, but you kind of have to leave that way of thinking behind as soon as we start talking about hard-locked. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted hard-locked. Ivan, Victicom, Obi, RJ, Tuba, and Dessen got him. I appreciate that so much, dude. It's 5. Thank you. Yeah, as soon as like the acceleration and upping effect is just a thing that you do when you're first learning, you kind of have to drop that at some point. Hey Ved, yeah, I remember you. It's good to see you again. We were trying a problem similar to this and read more in mechanics book. You got stuck and work out how to get the angle of the velocity as a function of time. Okay. Yeah, and so Adia, I should back up and correct or explain what Hamiltonian dynamics correction is, where at the very start I was kind of confused on whether to include these as vectors. Oh, Nina. Thank you for following. How do you do 1 + 1? You just say it's 2. Aditya, a thank you is more than enough. Thank you. So yeah, the correction that Hamiltonian dynamics is pointing out is I should have done 2 separate equations. One for the velocity in the x direction and another one for the velocity in the y direction. It doesn't end up mattering here because the math is the exact same either way, and the answer that I got at the end here is going to be the same. But if I was being rigorous, we technically do have 2 different differential equations, one for each direction. You don't go on Joe Rogan and explain for the next 3 hours why 1 + 1 is not 2. Exactly, Obi. Oh god, Batter, please don't go down that road. I really don't want to have an argument over that. That's a very controversial thing. Or that's just something people love to argue about. I'm gonna spam chat just to make that message scroll up a bit. Sorry. Okay, I think we're good. Everyone's welcome to have whatever opinion they want, but that's just not something that I want to talk about on this stream. Ved, we can talk about that in a second. Just let me keep going with this. Arjun. Hey, Kieran. Welcome in. Good luck with that, Arjun. So yeah, Aditya, these are the components for the velocity that we end up with. To drive it home, what's the actual question? The horizontal distance of the wall from the point of projection. After 2 seconds, it hits a vertical wall. So we're just going to take the velocity and plug in 2, or the horizontal velocity and plug in 2. Oh no, this is the velocity. We have to integrate it. Wait. Yes. Okay. So they're asking, they want the horizontal distance of the wall from the point of projection. They give us that it takes 2 seconds for that to happen. So the question is really, given the velocity, how far does that travel in 2 seconds? And we can solve this with integration, because the horizontal distance h will be equal to, stop spamming, my bad, Central. Oh, what emote did I get? Meh. The horizontal distance will be the integral from 0 to 2. So these are times, starting from time 0 to time 2, of the x component of the velocity, because we're talking about horizontal distances. So let's plug that in. To integrate that, we're just going to divide by the coefficients on the exponent. So it'll be minus 135 m over c e to the minus c over m t from 0 to 2. And so from here, it's going to be basically calculator work. There is one trick to be aware of that I said before, which is they give you c in kilograms per second and the mass in 200 grams. So I would just convert the mass to 0.2 kilograms. So, well, actually, there is like one more step, right? We should, there's a trick. It's the absolute value of velocity is the distance, right? Oh, no, we don't have to worry about that here, I don't think. Either way, we don't have to worry about it. I don't know if the absolute value is proper or not. Here, we definitely don't need it. Times 2 plus 135 m over c. Okay, and then I'm not going to do this final stage because it's just calculator work, but 135 times the mass, which is 0.2 kilograms, over c, which is 0.1, e, which is 2.7, we're saying, to the minus 0.1 over 0.2 times 2, plus 135 times 0.2 over 0.1. So whatever that comes out to be should be the right answer. Ved, can we separate the x in the y component of motion using Newton's law to solve the equations, give the velocity? In the viscosity equation, You might be right, Ved. So to be honest, I haven't done very many problems like this. If there are shortcuts, I don't know them. Viscosity equation I haven't heard of, but I'm sure that one exists. Am I okay? I feel like I'm okay. Oh, yeah, Jed, because someone in the YouTube chat put something that I didn't want displayed up there, basically. It if I delete a YouTube chat, it doesn't get deleted up there. And I kind of didn't want it on the screen, so yeah, it was politics. Yeah, I don't know if there is one, is the issue. Is there one? Wait, so if I do slash clear in this window, it doesn't clear crap up there. Yeah, I don't know how to do it then. I don't think there is one. Uh, it uses streamer.bots built-in chat, and that actually has like a browser source thing attached to it. It's really random. I didn't know it existed. I was just looking around at it randomly. There's not many things that combine chats because it's technically not like it's against Twitch's rules. But it is like a pre-built one, and they don't have a lot of documentation on it, unfortunately. But if you want, you can try. It's called streamer.bot, and it's the built-in chat that is one of the like 1,000 features that that thing has. The linear viscous force equation they gave in the question. Oh, maybe 6 pi eta r velocity. Oh, it looks like there's some kind of version of it here. The equation that I think the only equation we need is the F equals ma with the drag force there. I don't think we need anything else. Let me look at that, Jed. Oh, they have a typo. It was in the YouTube chat as part of the issue. But I don't know that this... Oh, maybe. All right, see you, Ved. Yeah, so like, can I just, is there an easy way for me to show this? This is my StreamerBot window. There's literally like a little chat button right here that I can open up. It's in like the most vague spot ever. Let me show that chat. Can I not show it? That's annoying. Oh yeah, okay, here it is. No? It's just a white box. Okay, that's cool. Okay, well, I don't know how to... I can't easily show it. But inside of that combined chat, that's just from my view, they have a browser source option. And so it's really buried. And the browser source is what's actually showing on OBS. And that browser source is hard to control. They don't give you a lot of options. Yeah, Adia, I think we did it right the first time. I think the work we have here is fine. Anim engineer. Oh, for ved. Okay, okay. What is anim engineer saying? Is the question to simplify this? Or what's up with this anim engineer? It's called Stokes' law? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen a differential equation like this before as like kind of, it's the first thing you do when you learn about drag, right? Okay, let's say here's something from Anim Engineer. I'm just gonna go back to doing my own thing until we hear from someone else. Linear Drag sounds like a Blur song from an album, an unreleased album in 1997. uh. Hey Shane, hope you're doing well. Okay, so doing okay. All right. Pretty good. Um, I just had a speech therapy today because I've been having a bunch of issues with losing my voice, and there's been a lot of like good progress in just like three sessions that I've had. Stokes was only defined for spherical object with a specified radius. Oh, interesting idea. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Hey, who? How do we simplify this? But it looks like we can factor the middle, right? Um, that looks like, what does it look like? Ooh, it doesn't quite factor, does it? No, it doesn't. That's annoying. Speech therapy, just where you literally learn how to speak properly, because apparently not everyone was born knowing how to do that. But I just I usually lose my voice because I'm too tense when I speak. 190 marks out of 200, nice. Um, hey, RS Creation. Uh, I mean, it probably sounds better now because I, I'm working on it. But even like before, not having issues, I don't remember hearing my voice as tense, but for whatever reason, like in my throat, I like I couldn't even speak for like an hour or two without getting a sore throat. Old reality hate? You love Matthew? Hell yeah. Um, for me, it's nearly 4 in the afternoon. This function is hard to put in terms of z. So, like, the constant is kind of an issue, I feel like. Is there a c minus y I can factor from somewhere else? Not really. What motivates me to do math? I just kind of like it. I don't know. I don't have a very good answer for that. It's just what I feel like. It just pulls me, I guess. Did I set did I maybe do something wrong earlier? Math is your favorite subject? Hell yeah. RS creation. You just want to understand the memes, the math memes? So you're trying to calculate the reality of the universe to bend it to as well? Yep, you got me, Shane. The topper in my college? No. Well, actually, it wouldn't have been that hard to be. I graduated with 3 other people, I think, who were also doing applied math. So there wasn't much competition among, my major. But even then, I don't know that I would have been top. Favorite subject is physics. I score more in chem because it's easy. Fair enough. Do I like Newtonian / Lagrangian mechanics? I wouldn't say that I like them. Lagrangian mechanics, I haven't really learned. Newtonian mechanics, I've sort of learned and I'm not very good at. You're down with 100%. I'd be a fine world ruler. I don't think so. I think I'd freeze up the first time there's pressure and make a stupid decision. That's how it usually goes for me. I'm 28. I'm just not seeing it with this thing. Maybe I should multiply that bit out. 2xc minus cy. Ix squared plus 2icy. Oh, icy. Yeah. Because you didn't know something. I'm definitely very happy to admit that I don't know things, I guess. What the question? That's your original question up here. I have the answer for what the function is in terms of x and y, but I'm trying to put it in terms of z. Why was the equal sign so humble? Why? Okay, can I group these things strategically? This and this seem like they could go together. Yeah, I have a bachelor's in applied math, Tanya. Because it knew it wasn't less than or greater than anyone else. Oh my god, who? We were just reading math limericks, and I hated those, but I think that one might have been worse. Flawless, I'm so cooked. Like I have a math, physics, chemistry test. 100 marks each tomorrow. You haven't touched the math part? Oh my god. Good luck, Flawless. That's a lot. Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, Aditya. It's just not easy. Integration or differentiation? What do I love the most? It's a good question. Differentiation is simpler, so maybe I like that more. It does somewhat look like z squared, right? Let's write out what z squared is. X squared plus 2ixy minus y squared, right? Integration by parts. He just won't tell us which parts. Hey, Armand. It's just... I don't have an xy term, do I? Oh, wait. I would if I didn't screw it up. That should have an xy term. What pronoun is that? God of Uchiha. My teacher? No, I'm just a tutor. We will approach telling us what he likes. We will never quite get there. Yeah. Coach. Oh my god. Oh my god, where have you been, Cook? It's been way too long since someone has brought up waffle stomping. You can make math. You sure can, Shane. Coordinate geometry? Oh, I hate coordinate geometry. I hate most geometry. My annual income? Do you want my social security number next? It's very low, I'll tell you that much. Oh, yeah, Cook. The general... I mean, Fembox was sick. And Chapter 7 is... It's fucking insane. I really don't get it. You felt like you understood it? Oh my god. Okay, well... You can carry us on Saturday. All right, see ya, Aditya. Do I like number theory? Honestly, no. Okay, so if we want the critical points of this, we need to find the partial derivatives first. So the partial derivative with respect to x of this thing, we pretend y is a constant. So the only x that is there is the x squared. So we take the derivative of that to get 2x. Y minus 2 is just a coefficient. The minus y squared goes away to 0. Let me rewrite the original function. So I'm starting back to chapter 5, and then you were less confident. I'm getting so lost in the stupid subscripts and superscripts. I don't get why it's so hard to just write out a 4 vector or a 4x4 matrix. I don't understand why we need that notation. Learn math from scratch, but time is the only constraint. Yeah, that's always the thing. Flawless. Okay, so the partial derivative in y is going to be, let me rewrite the original function to make this part more clear. X squared y minus 2x squared minus y squared. So if we take the partial with respect to y here, we pretend x is a constant, so this goes to just x squared. This goes to 0, and this goes to minus 2y. And the critical points happen when both partial derivatives are equal to 0 at the same time. So we have a system of two equations with two unknowns here. I've done that old reality, yeah, using polar coordinates. Coordinate free GR is even worse. I can imagine, yeah. Okay, so I guess to solve this, let's say that x squared equals 2y. And further say that y is 1/2 x squared. And plug it in up here. So we get 2x 1/2 x squared minus 2 equals 0. And we solve this for x. So split off into two equations. 2x equals 0. 1/2 x squared minus 2 equals 0. From this equation, we get x equals 0. From this equation, we can multiply it through by 2 to say x squared minus 4 equals 0. And from that one, we'll get x equals plus or minus 2. I think actually clicked for me today that I've been a point of confusion. ds means space-time, but d capital S is just the spatial part. Oh, I never caught that. Wow, Finlux. A tensor is a multilinear map between some number of copies of a vector in its dual space to their ground field. What could be more? Yeah, exactly, Cook. I know what all those words mean. Oh wait, Jet, I just saw your chat. I just understood your chat from before. Annual income 0 is less than x is less than enough. It's strictly less than enough. It's true. It feels bad, but it's true. Okay. I am okay. I would rather not do that. So with these answers for x, we can plug them back into this equation to figure out what y must be. So if x equals 0, then y also equals 0. Xy. If x equals positive 2, then that's 4. Y is going to equal 1/2. No, 2. Yeah, 2. Oh, I actually need to do this because I'm not smart enough to do basic math. Okay, y equals 2. And then if x equals -2, we're going to get the same answer of 2. Okay, so these are our 3 critical points. We still have to classify them, though. And we classify them using the Hessian. The Hessian for a function of 2 variables, I'm 99% sure that I'm right, but let me just refer to Paul to make sure that I'm right. Paul? Okay, yeah. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Well, let's just cut out the middleman here and say a tensor is a tensor. I feel like that's gonna be the result of this. Paul is God, Don is his prophet. Yes. I love spreading the good word of Paul. Okay, so sometimes the Hessian is just taught as a formula like that. I prefer to think of it as the matrix. Not the movie, but you make a matrix with fxx, fxy, fxy, and fyy, and you take the determinant of it. Why don't calculus majors throw house parties? Why not? So we need the second partial in terms of x. So we take that partial in terms of x again, will be 2y minus 2. Now we need fxy, so we can choose... I'll choose this one to take the derivative with respect to x and just get 2x. And then we need the second partial in y. Because you should never drink and derive. Nice. House parties are too derivative. Oh my god. Fyy is minus 2. I was hoping it'd be an anti-joke, in that the punchline would be because they have no friends. Why don't calculus majors ever make the Billboard top 100? Why not? Okay, the determinant, you understand it now? Oh, okay. I'll still go through and solve the entire thing, but if you're good, feel free to not pay attention. Half their work is derivative. Oh my god. So the determinant of this thing, multiply that diagonal, so minus 4y minus 2 minus, multiply that diagonal, 4x squared. That's the determinant, aka the Hessian. Now we plug our points into here and look at the sign of it. Oh, is this an okay, no, it's not. Good. The other half is integral. It's integral, I should say. So if we take 0, 0 and plug it into this bad boy, we're going to get positive 8. We sure are. I want to minus 4y plus 8 minus 4x squared. Okay. If we take 2, 2, plug it into that bad boy, we're going to get negative 8 plus 8 is 0. So we get negative 16. The actual number isn't important. We just care about the sign, to be honest, and whether it's 0. If we do negative 2, 2, we're going to get the same number because x is squared. So negative 16. Okay. And so for the first case at the origin, we have positive determinant. So one of these cases. And if y is 0, then f double x is negative. Right? Yeah. So we're in case 2. 0, 0 is a maximum. Why was the obtuse angle always so frustrated? Because it's never right. Oh my god. These are terrible. These two have negative Hessians, which we don't need to do anything. Any of their checks, they're just saddle points. And that should be the answer. How does this function look? I kind of want to graph it just for fun. Bread123 God says, I like bread. First time chat. Welcome in. I like bread too. Bread is awesome. I bake bread. That's how much I like it. Ooh. See, I felt like this would be a weird looking function. This kind of looks like a urinal. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Thank you for the follow, Bread God. Yippee. No, this is like a multivariable calculus question. So it's like a third semester calculus. I did write a matrix up here, which is definitely a linear algebra thing, or that's where you study them a lot. But linear algebra is fundamental to a bunch of math in general. So the further you go in that, the more linear algebra will kind of show up in the background. What if you're allergic to bread? Well, life is a little bit worse than that, I guess. You gotta use that gluten-free flour. I never tried gluten-free bread. Okay, so what's up with this thing? Oh, maybe I see. Do I see something? So back to this complex variables question. You're going to 5th grade. Ooh, well, good luck. So yeah, if we take this and multiply it through by I, you're cooked. Nah, you got this. Well, Shane, I'm assuming that, they just got held back a bunch. I'm not gonna ask questions that I don't want the answer to. I did have a friend who was actually held back in 1st grade. He said at the time it's because he liked it so much he wanted to do it again, but I feel like there's no way that's what the real thing was. Okay, so I'm grouping ix squared minus iy squared. I want a 2ixy. But I need to do a minus 2ixy over here. Plus 2xc minus cxy. What am I not accounting for? The 2ic in the ID. You were held back because all your teachers had crushes on you? Could not get enough of you. Is that right, Harlocked? I believe it. Oh wait, I don't want. Ooh, I added the wrong thing. If I'm doing iz squared, I need a minus 2xy there, which means I need a plus 2xy here. Okay, so if that's iz squared, this bit here, what can I do with this crap over here? Yeah, I mean, I could have to say in general that a lot of people are jealous of Hardlock's good looks. It's a very common thing that I've seen happen. These are 2CZ. Oh, there sure is. Good spot. These two. You have this font on your keyboard? I'm sure it comes in handy a lot. Okay, so what am I writing? So the only thing we have to deal with now is that. On mobile, ooh, nice. Vax, yeah. What is xy in terms of z? I'm looking for something like z times z conjugate or something, but that's not even right. You were voted second best person, second best looking person in the USA. Some guy named Don came in first. If I find him, we're fighting. Yeah. That damn Don guy. Can't believe him. If nothing else, you should like find his live stream and teleport his repo cart around to random places. XY. Dono to him? Yeah, it really would. Thank you, Hardlocked. Sure taught me a lesson. Wait, I already looked at this, didn't I? Frick. Is there like if I can get x squared minus y squared in terms of z, that will be great. Is that z conjugate something? Is that... What is z bar squared? How do you... Oh, the coffee beans? You mean like the thing right below chat? You just get them by watching, basically. Hamiltonian dynamics. The question is up there. They want us to find it as a function of z. That I've already done the hard part of the question, I feel like. This is just kind of annoying to convert this to b and z. But I'm working on part b. Hey, Chetna. I feel like it should be a function of z and not z conjugate. Fair, yeah, that as soon as z conjugate gets involved, we'd have problems with analyticity in that word. 14 times 6 is 84. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, good luck, Chetna. I wonder if it was bad to... No, the C makes life worse. I don't like C. Because otherwise I could have just included it with the ix squared minus iy squared. I mean, there is a cop out here. I don't know if it's what they intended, but this is technically valid. You're gonna do some coding? All right, hard luck. Thanks so much for hanging out and for the bits and subs. Good luck with your coding. Oops. Wave? Okay. Goodbye. Your wish is my command. Oh, wait. It's not analytic, though. Never mind. Yeah. Do I have a soundboard? Not one that I control. You can play sounds through the channel points, like the coffee beans, though. Or when people like follow and do stuff like that. This is annoying. I'm getting tempted to just look at the answer because I feel like I've done something slightly wrong here. Oh wait, it's an even number. Bruh. Can I Google? Surely. No, this is too vague. I wonder if Wolfram Alpha would do this. If I give it, let's just give it like a basic, x squared plus 2ixy minus y squared. Can it figure that one out? I could just give it the thing. Mauritania, thank you for the follow. X squared. Welcome in. 2ay minus y squared. Let's be. Complete the square. Oh. Well, Wolfram Alpha does not like this. Thanks for the kind words, Brett God. If you complete the square, you can write the imaginary part. X squared plus y minus c squared plus c squared. Okay, let's investigate that. So the x squared is staying alone. We're completing the square with that. minus y squared minus 2cy. And so we would want a plus c squared minus c squared type of thing. Okay. What? Get jumped by the most unemployed nerd ever. Are you talking about me? It's true, but... Oh, okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so that's a thing. There is a common factor. I don't know if we want to do that, though. IZ minus IC squared. What is that? Broke your arm was 3? Oh, no. Ba, 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 ba. Oh my god, Hamiltonian dynamics. You just did it. Wow. Uh... Ooh, wait, do we have a sign issue on the 2ix? Well, I guess you guys both did it. To Galveston? Oh, like Texas? Nice. Um... It's y minus... Oh, true, true. Yeah. Okay, so... Well, that's a really hard spot. An object show called GC? Global... Okay. Okay, I think that's good enough for me. Let's look at part D. Now this looks like it's going to be a trig identity, right? Cosine x, cos y. That's an entire page just for part B there. For $1 trillion. And who's going to provide that $1 trillion? I need to make my V's more pointy. There we go. Ooh, okay. The derivative of cosh is positive sinh, I think. The host? Okay, good luck finding a host. Once again, I'm just verifying my Gosh. Okay, yeah, it's positive cinch. Okay. So v should be equal to the integral minus sine x cos y dy. And so it's minus sine x sinh y plus some function of x. But v is also equal to minus cosine x sinh y dx. And the cosine will integrate to positive sine. That. Oh, this is kind of weird. Should these functions be of x and y? No, wait, it's the same thing. Never mind. We just get a, okay, no. So v is just minus sine x. Well, let's just write the entire thing. What does that word mean? Cosine x cos y minus I sine x sinh y. Okay, fair enough. Plus c. Okay. Now what the hell is this? We need to play around with the cosine identities. Right, and exponentials. Oh. Like, you want to do the exponential definition of cosine, exponential definition of cosh? I was hoping to be able to just spot that it's an identity. Because it looks a lot like the cosine addition formula. But we can mess around with like I cosine equals cosh I or something. So wait, I think cosine flips the sign. So cosine x plus y. Cosine x, cosine y minus sine x sine y. Let me verify that. I'd like to figure it out from this. It does flip the sign. Okay. So what if we just slam an I on that y? Because that's what I would want to do anyway. I could figure these out. I just don't care to right now. These identities. Oh wait, that's that's not of a real number. You tired? Oh, you should go to bed. Just get some sleep. Okay, fine. Oh no, that should still be true. Today I'd show that arcsinch of x is ln that to verify something Hartle was doing. Oh, really? You just, I guess, inverted this formula. Real numbers are complex, so it's fine. Oh, yeah, true. But this is the exact thing that we want, right? Like, these identities, I think, are perfect. Because we get just cosine x cosh y minus I sine x sinh y. Yeah, there's no like sign flipping or anything weird. So that's just cosine of z, I believe. I do declare. Plus IC. It's ICUP. Okay, that one was a lot quicker. Inanimate insanity? I don't know what that is, but I'm not a fan of just like watching things on stream. We can do the rest of number 3 as well. Which ones did we do as a group? We did the first 3. Really? Yeah, we did. So then D, E, F. So for part D, I feel like we should just be able to say right off the bat that Z conjugate is in this thing, so it's never going to be differentiable anywhere. Or analytic nowhere. What? That's really random, bread. Mini crossword? Like, where are these mini crosswords happening? Note having non-plus. I assume that has to do with one of the clues. 64th plus 1 equals 0. That's the only place we should have to be concerned about. And it's going to have 4 answers. E to the I pi, Zach's arch nemesis. Yeah, Obi. If people want to do React streams, that's their business, I guess. But I don't really see the appeal for myself. Oh, it's a New York Times thing. Is it free? They kind of gatekeep a lot of their stuff. or pay wallet, I should say. The mini is free? Oh, this is mini. Displays at a trailhead. That seems reasonable, right? I remember I tried to get into crosswords once a long time ago. But I don't know the tricks. One of Michelle Obama's daughters. Sasha? Malia? Wait, no, those aren't four letters. Wait, no. Oh, Sasha. Wait. Oh, what? Oh. That's tomorrow's? Oh. Sorry for the spoilers. I'm invested in this now, though. So I'm going to do it. But, yeah. Sorry if you guys didn't want to see that. A little out of whack. To Tuesdays. Oh, I don't care. I just want to see if I could do it. Sorry, I'm just replying to a text quickly. Okay. Right, make our own content, no problem with solving off their own. Yeah. Right, are you just like putting random facts or what? Marshmallow treats in Easter baskets. It's not Peep? Is there a different display at a trailhead, I wonder? Because I definitely remember eating Peeps on Easter. Malia. Oh, yeah, maybe. Is it Maps? Jeeps? Yeah. Okay, it does say displays plural, right? And so that means your answer should be plural. Masha. That was actually a character's name in the Blacklist, right? It was the main character's real name. Masha. So remember her dad being like, I think. We can make it a cooperative effort. I don't care. I'm not a tryhard with crosswords. I'm just easily distracted at IRS IDs. IRS IDs. It's not SSNs, right? That's social services. But that's not IRS. That's social services. It's a social... Okay, you know... I disagree with that. I don't think that's an IRS ID. I don't think they have anything to do with social security numbers. They use them, but they're not the ones who give them out. 1975. I assume that's Jaws. Do I have Steam? Yeah, I do. I would assume that's M. I don't know what novel they're talking about, but Jim and James are the same name, right? Invader, Alien, Thin Strands, Wisps, Tude, Sass. Oh, hey. Nice. Easily done. And they even play a little jingle. That's nice. It's just like a mini crossword. I like that. You know what? Sure. That was only a few minutes. I'm easily distracted. Thursday. Sedacortal? What is... Oh, no. Oh, is this Wordle? Wait, is it Wordle but 8 at a time? No, 16 at a time? Oh my god. Okay, wait. What? Okay, let's see if I can do the mini crossword first, and I'm kind of curious about trying that one. Tai Chi? Financial, who knows? Some things I thought, I don't know. Feels sick, I don't know. Blank Peacock. Madam Peacock? Mrs. Peacock? It must be Mrs., right? You're taking Tai Chi? Oh, nice. Adding it to the list. Coin flip call. Tails. Shows on TV. No clue. Request at the bar informally. IDs? Another ID one. Shows is a verb. Oh, huh. I was imagining like TV shows on TV. But something that shows on TV. Airs? Decent poker holding. Shaky. Okay. I'll take it. Preserves tenses. Yeah, that's something I think I'm not good at with crosswords. Best beard on Twitch. Yep. Decent poker holding? Aid? It's not made. Laid, paid, dade. Said? Wade? I don't know what that would be. I feel like I should know this. I mean, yeah, like the card game. That's what I was imagining. Person who loves attention. Mom? I don't know. I don't think it's mom. What is a decent, non-great hand? I don't know. Paid? I don't know. 6A, I got this. Feels sick. Feels sick. I don't think it's ills, or maybe it is ills. Oh, I was doing 4 across! Bruh. Thank you, Hamiltonian. Poor. Wait, no. Pair. There we go. The curl fringe is so perfect. Thank you, I guess. Some things off the top of your head is the across one. I don't know. Person who loves attention, feels sick. What the hell? I'm looking at my keyboard. Question mark means cute or cheeky answer. Oh my. Bruh. You did, Bread God. Okay, that should be a vowel. Ales. Ham? Ham loves attention? Why does ham love attention? Oh wait, no. Wait, what's the attention? Yeah, five down. Ham? I noticed earlier, I didn't think anything of them. Oh, like they're hamming it up. Oh, please, Kermie. Kenneth Branagh. Okay. I noticed circles at the start, but it's like, I don't know what those mean, so I'm going to ignore them, and I forgot about them. Okay, what's up with this thing? 16 at once. It has AI written all over it. Okay, I remember seeing the thumbnail of a YouTube video once at one point that said crane is the best starting word in Wordle. And then I remember seeing another video saying that it's actually not the best one, but I'm going to use it. AI is required? Okay, how? Board it is. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Hard to imagine the world before AI. Eh. We've all lived it, unless you were just born. Okay, what else is crane? Crate? Sounds good, bread god. Bruh. I'm okay, bread god. What else would it be? Craze? I feel like I'm obsessing too much with one board though, right? I feel like we're gonna do it, but I don't think this is a good strategy. Okay, that's one board down. Too late, Jed. Oh wait, I did waste that. I just had to get a Z anywhere else, right? I didn't have to do the entire word at once. Which people do crosswords on Twitch. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I forgot what the rules are. That was terrible of me to use up three guesses. I was born in 97. Okay, what else looks tempting? Okay, here's a three-fer. Something R A something E. 10 unique letters. Wait, how does two words with 10 unique letters? That's fair. Yeah. Pilot. Pilot is a good one. We already did a T somewhere, but it's fine. Wow, nothing has pilot. Oh my god. Board one. All right, see you, bread god. Yeah, what's a word with PR something something E? Prize? No, not prize. It can't be prize. It's not an I. It's not an O. It's a U. It's not an N. Prude. It could be prude. Okay, there's that one down. A second copy. Oh, true, of an existing one. Yeah. Okay. The next best one I think is board 4. Something R A something E. You want board 10, Jed? We can do 10. Oh, yeah, okay. R-A-I-L something. Rail? Grail. Yeah, I think Grail is a good one. Good guess. Wouldn't be trail, I don't think. Nope. Frail, that's another one. Wait, no, but This is where we would want to work on something else and just let the F happen another time. Like we should guess a different F word. Or wait, if we don't need the entire word for 12, can we get an IL and an RE? Filer? We could do filer, maybe. I think that's a word. Oh wait, no, so we do have to guess the entire word. Okay. Oh wait, that did get that word. Hell yeah. Okay, so let's cash in frail. So we have to use a guess on it anyway. I think we're doing... Are we doing well? I don't know. We're a quarter of the way through and we use about a quarter of our guesses, so we're probably doing okay. You want 14? IER and N and a D, so diner? There we go. Board 6. GER, and there's an A in the second spot. So it's GA something ER. GA something ER. Gamer? We haven't done M, yeah. No, not gamer. I don't think it's gonna be Y. Sorry, I'm not very mature. Gazer? Not gazer. No, we already did Z somewhere, right? Yeah. We knew it wasn't gazer. Board 13 might be vapid. We have a P, we have an... It needs an R, though. Board 13 has R. Wait, no, I don't know what 13 is. I know how to count, don't worry. AI, it needs a P and a D. It's not rapid. Okay, let's try vapid. Sapid? Is sapid a word? PRME. And they're all in the wrong spots, but that's kind of a clue in itself. Can we Giga Chad this? PRME. Yeah, something unguessed. Or a duplicate, I guess. All right, see you, Jakey. Sperm. Can it be sperm? Oh my god, Fembucks. W sperm. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta do it. It was gayer. It's June, I guess. Okay, 50. This is a hell of a board. That's an S, R, E, and O. Shore? It could be shore. We should get an H in there. Nope. Swore. Noish. Sorry, I'm gonna keep on giggling about that. 16 is done. Shape. Okay. Not many more guesses, but we have a lot of information. We need that one. Oh God. We have 6 left. 7. Yeah. We're toasted. I wasted too many at the start. Okay. I'm not gonna go back through and do another one. This is a funny challenge though. We got the 2 most important words. We got sperm and gayer. I can't believe it. Oh my God. Scroll down. There's an 8-board version. I don't want to do the 8-board. I should do actual math. We've been on a tangent for a while. Funbox is here. Let's play the Ghost album. Tried an octurtle, but never 16. Numberal. I used to do the nerdles all the time. Oh. It is math. How would I start these? You're gonna buy the CD? Ooh, nice. Do you have a way to play the CD? This is a long. Let's do addition maybe. Own your car, fair enough. I own CDs and a vinyl, and I don't have a way to play any of them. 2 operations? Oh yeah, true. No. 1 times 6 divided by 3. I need to do a bigger number. 2 times 6. No. Ugh. Ba, 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 ba. What am I trying to do? 12 divided by 4 is 3 times 2 equals 6. It's like Wordle, but you have to do true math equations. I did 2? Oh, you're right. I repeated 2. Damn. Okay, we know there's 1 multiplication. No, or at least 1 multiplication. No division. Nothing in the right spot. It's exactly 1, 2. Okay. 3 times 6 is 18. We can do... Hey, bread. Plus 7? Isn't that 25? Can we make it... we won't be able to do better. Sure. Dude. You're giving me nothing here. So I bet it's just only multiplication. The equal sign probably has to go in that slot there. I assume the orange means right character, wrong spot. Green should be right thing in the right spot. Okay, yeah. We need to get 8, 9, and 0 incorporated. So the equal sign goes here. So I think it's 2 digit times 1 digit equals 3 digits. That's what I think we have. So what can we do that's like that? 98 times 2 equals... We only have 1, 2. That's fine. 196? I'm missing the 4. I'm not using the 4. But we might get some intel here. I think I might still want to send this. I mean, we could do 98 times 4. What is that? You're gonna play VR? Have fun. That'd be 400 minus 8. That'll be a 3. Let's just send this. Man, okay. I'm really not having lucky guesses here, I feel like. Something times 4? No, 4 is in the wrong spot there. We could do 46 or 64 times something. 64 times... No, not times 2. Times 6? Yeah, we could try something times 6. You think it's times 3? No, 3 can't be here. 3 is grayed out. 3 is nowhere in the equation. Yeah, it's probably times 6. You're right. So about 24 times 6? A 136? This can't be right though, right? 144? Oh, it's 12 times 12. Thank you. Nice, Jed. Okay. Let's go back to the complex stuff, but that was a fun little tangent. Oh yeah, our urinal graph. IXL. I've heard of IXL. I don't know what is IXL. Okay, so singular points for this one happen at z equals e to the I pi over 4, e to the I 3 pi over 4, e to the I 7 pi over 4, I skipped over 5. Here you go. It's high school math, very computational. IXL. Oh, like getting through all these lessons? That's a lot of lessons. Counting to 3? I don't know if I can do that. Dude, what does this look like? Pick every 3. Hey, yeah, let's keep it up. This is... I'm sorry. Wait, what is this supposed to be testing you on? They should write out the word one, right? You're just matching shapes with this. I don't get what this is testing you on. What? Okay. Well, the pre-K one I have on lock, I feel like. That's funny. I never heard of IXL. Okay. This one, I'm just gonna squeeze an F right here. That's just cosine of z. And that's entire. It's BS stuff teachers use to make students feel a sense of achievement. I guess. You know what? When that little thing popped up that said keep it up, I felt good, okay? Let's try 4. The real and imaginary parts of a twice differentiable function. Interesting. So Laplace's equation is the Laplacian of f equals 0. Which means it means something. Why am I blanking on? Right, the second derivative in x. Is it of u and v independently? Take notes, it can generate a quiz? Oh, wow. I think u and v independently satisfy Laplace's equation. For the reason I'm... Yeah. For theory, it's good, not anything else. Okay, fair enough. Show the real and imaginary parts of a twice differentiable function satisfy Laplace's equation. So, okay. All we're given is that it's twice differentiable. Well, if it's differentiable, it must satisfy the Cauchy-Riemann equations, I guess. But if it's f of z conjugate, are we flipping signs? I guess it is. I guess we are flipping signs. And so from here, I guess we would say what would we say? We need to take the derivative. I remember now. Take the derivative with respect to x on each side on this one. Derivative y on this side. Then you can add and subtract these and you'll get Laplace's equations. So you can get, well, hopefully we get uxx plus uyy equals 0. That's Laplace's equation. And you can do we need to take the other derivatives for v, I guess? And we're gonna take this and subtract this. So vxx plus vyy equals 0. So this is a very weird thing that we're doing, though. I still don't quite know how to interpret this. So for the second part of the question, do we think about it in terms of chain rule? I guess that's how we would talk about that. By getting contradiction if f of z conjugate was analytic. Unless f is a constant function. I guess. Oh, Jed, I just saw you message. 6 words had double letters. Okay, let me show those on stream. The Wordle or set a thing. You're saying 6 words had double words. Had double letters. One was arguably not a word. Skulk, putty, agree, gypsy, rapid, quake, frame, polar, creep, funny, snake, quiet. There are a lot of doubles. 30 cents, bring, fling. Oh. I guess was that one the one that's arguably not a word? I thought that was a word. Or is it spelled with another Y? I don't know. So nice quote by Grothendieck. One should never try to prove anything that is not almost obvious. You know, I like that attitude. Oh, with a Y. Okay. Huh. You know, they have a sketchy dictionary. I don't know what to tell you, Jed. Three words with all 15 letters different. The rest just fill in the blank. Yeah, that's a good. I think that's the strategy. Okay. We might be coming towards the end, but maybe we can fit another question in. Look at board 8. Oh. Ooh, nice. Yeah, you're. Polar was just handed to you there. Then board 6. Yep, yep. Yeah, nice. Five is interesting. You put a humdinger in math discussion? Oh god. I'm already tired. I don't know if I do dare, but we can read it. Oops. Alice and Bob are sitting in a warm, cozy room. It's cozy room isn't much to do. Soon find themselves right or bored, as you might expect from people as uncreatively named as Alice and Bob. Decide to play a game. They start with a monic polynomial with a coefficient to be determined. Alice chooses an integer. Bob chooses which coefficient that integer has to be. Okay. After choosing and placing all n coefficients, the resulting polynomial has n distinct integer solutions. Alice wins. What? This is a thinly disguised just like regular algebra question. A bump function? I don't know what a bump function is. Okay, if n equals 1, what's the deal? Well, this one Bob always wins, right? No, sorry, Alice always wins. So here we have to care about completing the square? So Alice would have to never choose. Alice can't allow. Is it that? That's how you could complete the square? So if we had like x squared plus 4x. I think. How does Bob choose each coefficient? Well, Alice gives him the integer, and then Bob can put the integer wherever he wants. She only starts with 0 as first integer to negate one of the terms. Right. I don't know if she'd want to. Oh, maybe she does want to, according to Slim. So hey Slim. Depending on what Bob chooses, Alice chooses the second. I was kind of assuming it'd just be a Vietas thing or something. Do I want to be Bob and play against you? Sure. Why not? For n equals 2. Okay. Oh, if you always choose 0 first, you can... Oh, I see your strategy, Slim. Wait, no, do I see it? If you always choose 0 first, A1 is right out. Because if I choose A1, you're just going to choose any perfect square. No, you're not. You're not going to do that. Wait, wouldn't I always want to put it in A1? No, because then you could choose 0 again. Okay. So I have to put it theoretically in A2. But then you choose 0 again. Wait. No, you want distinct. I'm getting mixed up. Bro, okay. Yeah. I got the rules reversed. You want n distinct integer solutions. So if I take your 0 and I put it in A1, you're gonna choose like -9 or any negative perfect square and win. So I should put your 0 in A2. At which point yeah, you still win, don't you? Yeah, okay. It does see okay, and so are you just gonna repeatedly choose 0 until the very last one? You don't think that would work? Yeah, that might be weird for cubes. Because if you gave me 2 zeros, I could put them here and here, and I guarantee myself a win here, right? So the huh. Hey Najaf. So maybe there's an even odd thing that's happening? Well then, how does the 0 strat work for n equals 4? If I'm gonna think about even odd. So if I got fed 3 zeros, no, that won't work. Okay, so it's not a thing to just feed all zeros until the end. It's from Jed. I don't know where Jed found it from, but what if 0 is not allowed? I haven't figured out if 0 is allowed yet. Zero, as far as 0 only seems to be OP for n equals 2. I have no idea what the strategy is for more than 2. Hmm. Let's play n equals 3 and see if I can win. Make this a tournament among viewers. We can do that. All right, so you want to play n equals 3? Let's see. Hey, ADS. Okay, so I'm starting with 0. um, Sum starts with 0. I'm gonna put it in. I guess. Oh, in A3. No, well, this is probably bad, but instructive. If I put it in A3, I think it reduces to n equals 2. Wait, no, so I take that back. I'm gonna say A2. Does it reduce to n equals 2? I don't know. You have to, yeah. Fair enough. I don't know what to think. I'm not even sure that it does reduce to the n equals 2 case. At least, dude, I don't know. This hurts my brain. Um, let's just write that out a bit more. If I did put it in A3, we would have x squared, so a1x, so a2. If I got fed another 0, what happens? No, I could put it in A2 and win, couldn't I? Damn, I should have done A3. I think I can win against 0. Okay, you're choosing 6. Um, so how, this is x cubed plus something x squared plus something. So I have to put a 6 here or a 6 here. I think I'm going to put it in A1. I just have a hard time imagining what kind of cubic would have distinct integer roots. Maximal n? They're just asking in general what happens for larger n. Yeah, I can't imagine. All right, I can't think of a choice of A3 that would save this. For you. I like your attitude, ADS. I feel it. I wonder if you were going to solve this rigorously, if you can make the case that in order for Alice to win, um, there must be like a perfect square at least somewhere inside that polynomial. And I wonder if you can do something with like divisibility of that perfect square and the rest of the polynomial. You're just using Vietas? Oh, okay. Yeah, Vietas seem like they might be relevant too. It's a pretty difficult question. I mean, to be fair, this might be just be by chance. There might not be a winning strategy for Alice. This might be a very boring game where when one person always has a winning strategy and the other person has no chance. You think there is a winning strategy for Alice? I don't know. Hey, Armand, I'm not sure what you mean, but hello. Uh, Vietas, they're pretty powerful for certain types of questions. They have to do for any polynomial you want. They make relationships between the sum and the product of the roots. So like the roots have to sum to a certain thing that depends on the coefficients, and the roots have to multiply to a certain thing. Oh yeah, maybe it has another name. The Vietas is the one I've heard the most though. Okay. Reaper, hope you're doing well, dude. Yeah, with the name change, Don Factorial Z, new me, new Z. Can dig it? Hell yeah. The Z does roll off the tongue better there, I think. Sounds good, ADS. I wonder if this is like no. You would only reveal it in a tournament. Does anyone dare take on Dessen right now? Well, you're saying a tournament. We'd have to get enough people to make it a tournament. I don't know. Do hit and trial method work always? Not always. No. Well, here's the thing. If we did a tournament about this, there shouldn't be an answer out there on the internet. If I reverse image search this, am I going to find an answer? I won't show it on the stream. Oh yeah, this has been... I found a Stack Exchange thread. Okay, so yeah, the problem with making a tournament is that people are just going to Google it. I didn't really read the Stack Exchange thread, but there was a lot of... There were like multiple threads about it, so I think there's going to be an answer out there. I don't know anything about no multiplicity. I don't know. Oh yeah, fair enough, Jed. Derivative does not really? Oh, I can... Okay, maybe I can kind of... I might understand why. If this was... I was lurking on your little concert a little while ago. You also want integer solutions, right? Armand, I prefer not to. Hmm. I don't know. I might just leave the question here. So I don't think I'm gonna solve this like right now. And it's only people kind of want to stew on it and think about it more, so... Your money's on Slim? Slim and I did play once with n equals 3. I managed to win. But... Hey, Krim. But yeah, I know I don't feel like doing more complex analysis, and I don't think I'm going to solve this question. So this is feeling like a good time to kind of wrap things up for the day. And sorry, Krim, that you just got here. Yeah, this question is posted in my Discord for people who want to have it for a reference. Turn them against your imaginary friends right now. And we can take a look at a solution another time, or maybe Slim will figure it out, or we'll talk about it on my stream again sometime. I don't know, but yeah, I think let's call it here. So people are here on YouTube. Thanks for being here. I'll be back on YouTube on Saturday.